Oh boy. Oh boy. Planet Earth, have we a story for you? And I'm not sure I have enough brain power to power through this story. And I don't even know where to begin. But just to kind of update everyone in the future, currently, London, still. I'm in London still. Fuck, man. Tell me about it. Some kind of hostel. Really nice one. Louis over there from Brazil working behind the counter. There's a lot of Brazilians here. It's about 4 in the morning. So, typical hour of Joker. But we must announce the retirement of that name from my daily life. No longer refer to myself as Joker. My friends, I'm going to kindly ask not to call me Joker. I kind of want to keep the name for the band. It's on brand, and I still love the name Joker or Yoka or Yokai or whatever I'm making up at the time. But I am Joshua. And I'm a fucking badass. Still haven't won a fight. But I got a bung back from a kick from a 6 foot tall fucking scrawny shit-locked student, so-called street kid, gangster motherfucker in King's Cross, a place I thought I was getting along with until all the fucking shit hit the fan. Oh, where to begin, folks? I left you off in Bristol, and you've seen snippets of the night. Full moon, the hostel. Saturday night at Prism. Oh, man. The whole cop thing, that was the best piece of media I've ever produced, and I don't think anyone's done anything better than that. And then the next morning I end up at McDonald's speaking to Yaz about getting my ass to Cardiff. Why is it every city I get to, I feel like I've got to escape it like some kind of criminal? Nevertheless, mission get to Cardiff was a little bit tricky. Murphy, by the way, plot twist, Murphy turns out to be me all along. I get stuck at McDonald's, have to kill time to get to Cardiff, and everything's hunky-dory, even after that hilarious incident with Constable Heath, we'll call him, and the car ride after with old boy NPC cop in the back with me and Constable Heath behind the wheel. They took some convincing. I took some convincing to get in the car. I thought they were going to take me to the cop shop. I was going to get nicked. But, funny enough, they really were just taking me to McDonald's. And Heath is a fucking legend. The other guy, not so much. It's like sick cop and NPC cop. Anyway, I shit you not. You can't write this. On the way to Macca's at 4 in the morning, or 5 in the morning, or 6 in the morning, whatever it fucking was, this guy ran up to the car, the cop car, and he was dressed as Arthur Fleck's Joker. And here's me in the back seat with my fresh blood face on from the cut finger. And this guy's, the car pulls up, we stop, and he sticks his head in the window and goes, "Oh, I'm not happy about this. My missus just locked me out of my house." And PC cop, he's like, "I'm on this. I've got this, boys." He gets out and he leaves the car and to deal with this joker who's locked out of his house. And as we're driving off, I'm laughing my ass. Well, maybe I'm just chortling. And then Heath is like, ironic name. Oh, the irony keeps coming. So Heath, the cop, who is taking me Macca's, he gets on the radio and he's, informing the station that Officer NPC has been left from the car and is at the scene of this spot where he's dropping a pin in case they got to get the boys over, in case this joker's actually a fucking psychopath. And apparently, I don't know if I'm making this up, but let's not let shady memories get in the way of a good story, but I'm pretty sure when I said, "So what's the deal with that? What were you doing?" Like, maybe thinking he was talking about me. He was like, "Yeah, we picked the joker up, and he's got a history of mental illness, so we're gonna keep an eye on him. Officer NPC's on the case." I was like, are you talking about me?" And he goes, nah, that guy out there, he usually dresses as the joker, and we've had mental. I don't know if I'm making this up, but I'm pretty sure it's 80% true. And I just laughed my ass off. That's hilarious. Anyway, Heath and I got on like a house on fucking fire, like a hospital on fire. And he agreed to be a pro, not swap details and shit. And he reckons he might come to Budapest. And he didn't buy me a cheeseburger. He let me go in. I mean, he said, "Go in, man. Get yourself some food, charge your shit, and then just fucking get on with it." So that's what I did. I said, there are a list of heroes. I'm gonna have a honors mention, a heroes mention at the end of this trip. Anyway, I'm at McDonald's for about 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm talking to Yaz, and I'm talking to her about the situation, about what to do, how to get to Cardiff, where taxi there or whatever. I'm still a bit amped by the whole situation, so my adrenaline's up, no sleep coming. Then this guy appears. He's waiting for a burger. He overhears us, and he kind of is tall. You know the dude from what's that Christmas movie that Mariah Carey sings in all the time? The British one. You know the one with all the actors in it. Great fucking film. Can't think of the name right now. About to fall asleep. Anyway, you know the character that goes to America? He packs his backpack full of condoms, and he's like Colin Fossil or Fizzle or Frozzle. He looked like him. And he pops into him. He has a nice conversation. He's like, "Mate, not gonna lie, I heard what you're saying. Obviously, eavesdropping, and if you want to get to the station, you just got to catch the bus. So it's gonna cost you so and so for the taxi, and if you don't mind, I could give you a ride if you want. I'm just about to get some Macca's and yada yada." And I'm like, "All right, dude, that's fucking awesome. Thank you so much." And then he goes to the toilet, and I'm like, "Yeah, see, it's kindness of strangers." And then he comes back and he's like, "You know what? Well, you just come to my place. It looks like you could have a shower, and you can use my shower, and you can just kind of chill." And he seemed cool enough, right? And even Yaz was on the phone. She's like, "Take it." I was like, "Fuck yeah, man, let's do it." His name's George of the jungle. We get in his car. We have a chat. Have a laugh, bit of banter all the way to his place. Turns out his place is in the suburbs somewhere, around the corner from Macca's, and it's a beautiful little apartment. and it's filled with like woodwork, wooden tables, so he's a woodsman, he's a craftsman, and he's got a nice pimping house and nice little square backyard that you can probably put on a postcard, an envelope for a stamp to send to somewhere. It's that small, but he has a cool, he's getting a hot tub time machine going on in the back. It's a cool dude. We start talking about this funny travel story about him getting kind of marooned on an island somewhere in the Caribbean. And it's a great story. I wish I recorded it. Maybe I did, I can't remember. And then this guy whips out what he calls Calvin Klein, CK. A fat line the size of my finger, lengthwise, nothing. I'm like, what's this? He goes, it's CK. I'm like, what's this? It's Calvin Klein. What's Calvin Klein? Cocaine and ketamine together. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. Would you like a line? Let's do a line. And I'm like, this is kind of turning into Christmas and a bit of like a, what's going on? Coke and ketamine? Man, I don't think I should take this. This might send me a bit. So, he says, hey, have you had Coke? No, he says, you have Coke? Yeah. You had ketamine? Yeah. Not my favourite substance of choice. He's like, well, it's like Coke and ketamine, but together. I was like, why not? Up the nose. Everything was fine for about 10 minutes. Then I go upstairs. I find his car keys just kind of sitting on the steps, and I remember picking them up to take them back down after I go to the bathroom. And I start feeling really going woozy in the bathroom. I'm like, whoa. I go down. I put the keys in my pocket. I forget that I put them there, but I kind of go, man, I'm kind of, really kind of, wow, what the? And look, I'm not sure how much I'm going to talk about this, because I don't want to have a flashback. And I think it's totally capable of it. 1 minute I'm in his house, looking through the windows of his backyard. And the next minute I'm kind of like, I need to get some fresh air, and I get out. I stumble out. Things are getting hazy in my memory, but somehow Yaz was on the phone, or I called her or something, and she has the recording, and I'm scared to hear it, but long story short, I became God. I don't know how else to explain it. The acting that I was doing, the leaning into the acting of the reality of the situation, playing a character, playing Joker, playing myself, being Joker, Joker being myself, and being in the state of confusion and disorientation about where I was and who I was with. And I got fixated on this possibility that after the night and after everything, that everything had led me to this moment with this guy. And I kind of thought of the end of the Joker sequel where he gets stabbed by a fan. And I think the bottom of my universe collapsed, imploded, and then undulated into some kind of psychomagic experience that was so extreme. I was fully aware of what I was doing, but I was so engrossed in the method, for lack of a better word, that I almost had this bird's eye view, not literal, but like this bird's eye view of all the strands I was creating in the narrative of my life. And where I ended and where Joker began just collided and blended into some kind of fusion of super reality. It was fucking terrifying. The most terrifying moment of my life, but I was in control, but I was out of control. I could see myself And I could hear Yaz's voice trying to keep me calm the whole time. And this guy was freaking the fuck out. I was in his backyard and I was collapsing. I could not move. I was like shutting down and I was begging him not to kill me. And I was like, I was one step removed from doing the shit, you know, like fucking Rain Man. I was rubbing mud into my face. I was holding onto plants. I just remember losing touch with reality completely. But still being right in the eye of the storm and seeing this as the most real moment of my life. Meanwhile, this poor guy's running around freaking out about the neighbours, and he's done his line, so he's also on whatever plane I'm on, but in a different world. Same plane, different world. I felt like I was orchestrating everything. Like I was living a script milliseconds before reality kicked in. Like I was opeshing. I don't know, like it felt like I was overacting on the fear of him killing me bit. It was like I was kind of doing it as like a bit of a joke, but also as I tricked myself into believing it was real. And I just got into character so much that I was sobbing my eyes out. And at the point where I was paralyzed, and Yaz and him were trying to she was coaching him to get me to the fucking station or get me out of there. I wanted to get out of there or something. I can't clearly remember, but I remember being kind of carried almost, like I'm walking but I'm stumbling and I'm like that. And with Yaz on the loudspeakers on my phone as this anchor to reality, and she stayed calm actually she sounded calm the whole time, direct, you know. And this guy puts me in the front seat of his little shitty fucking car, gets in the car himself, he's on the same shit as me, and he starts fucking racing through these tiny little Bristol streets to get me to the fucking train station. But he can only go so far because of some limitation to where his car has access or some shit, so he doesn't take me to the station. In fact, as he's driving through the street, I'm like sitting there like paralyzed, like I fell into like that. And all I can think of as I'm sitting there is like, this is how I die. This is how I die. He's gonna crash the car. We're gonna get plowed into, and this is how I die. He has on the phone some stranger on fucking Calvin Klein behind the wheel, and me having the most insane K-hole / psychomagic experience of my life. And it's like, oh, this is it, time to go. And I was begging him to pull over, and I was begging Yaz to tell him to pull over, and she didn't know, she couldn't see, but I was like, Yaz, tell this guy to pull the fuck over. He takes me to the limit to where he can go. We pull over, fine, I get out. I'm like looking around, I'm like dazed, I'm grabbing my stuff, and I'm like, fuck, I need to get out of here. And as I was walking, I was looking ahead, and I was like, fuck, I don't know where I'm going. I turned around, I'm like, dude, you've taken me this far, can you not just take me the rest of the way? And he's like, bro, I can't go there, I got my car, it's a limitation, I can't go there. I was like, can you just park here for a second and escort me by foot? Because I was like, dude, I'm kind of fucking on another planet and I have no idea where I am, and I think I'm going to be killed. And he was like, I'm sorry, mate, I can't. And I was like, you fucking what? He goes, good luck, mate, alright, I gotta go, I'm fucking freaking out, mate, I'm sorry, but this is fucked. And I'm like, no shit. For you, yeah, for me, it's fucked, double fucked, and I'm the one a stranger in a strange land, man, and where do I go? Anyway, I end up live streaming some of it on Facebook, almost as a way of kind of like, alright, I just need to be seen here to feel like I'm not alone, because this is beyond. And by the way, folks, I'm not going to tell the whole story of London. This is just the rest of Bristol. Because London, believe it or not, realistically, 5 times worse than this experience. Oh, yes, you heard that right. But we'll save that one for later. Hello? Are we recording?